Hello, hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. We're going to be talking about Kringle Candle Snow Walk. Now, full disclosure, before I get into this review, this candle was sent to me a couple of months ago now by Kringle Candle for review purposes. Big thank you to them for sending it to me. You guys know, if you've been with my channel any length of time, that I will keep it real with you guys. And one of the things that I really love about Kringle is that they always openly desire and also respect honest feedback. Never once have I been quote unquote punished or anything like that for giving unfavorable reviews, which there have been a few. But for the most part, we all know I love Kringle. I buy from them quite a bit, and so a big thank you to them for sending this to me. So this was one of 6 candles that were available in their holiday 2025 lineup. And it looks like I've had this candle since early September. So again, this is a fragrance that for me personally was definitely it's more of a candle that I would burn, around the holiday season, and truthfully, more so in the month of January. So this candle that I am reviewing right here for you guys is one of their large 2-wick vessels. This is 22 ounces of 100% soy wax. It does retail for $31. I'm doing a little bit of pre-filming, so I'm not exactly sure if there are any sales going on right now where this candle is included. We know that Kringle recently had their Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. That was a pretty big sale. And they've had a couple, last week they had a sale going on. I'm not sure if it's still going on. And then I would anticipate that after Christmas, they will have some pretty good sales as well. So let's go ahead and talk about this one. This candle is also available in their 4-wick format, as well as their daylights and their wax melts. The specific pour date of this candle that I am reviewing in this video is June 19th, 2025. We have fragrance notes here listed as top notes of vanilla and peppermint, mid notes of white chocolate and sandalwood, base note of vanilla and musk. All right, you guys, I have to tell you that this fragrance is very, very nice. Even for somebody who is peppermint averse, like my husband, he actually likes this scent too. To my nose, you guys, this is the note that I smell the most actually in this fragrance is a very smooth white chocolate. It's not overly gourmand, but the white chocolate is really beautifully balanced with a little bit of a peppermint note and some vanilla in there. The base note of there's more base note of vanilla in there and musk, and they list sandalwood in here. Truthfully, you guys, I don't really get a ton of sandalwood. The musk, I could say, would give this maybe a slight perfuminess. This is nowhere near the perfumey conceptual fragrances that Kringle tends to like to do. This is just a very nice fragrance, you guys. It doesn't scream gourmand to me, which again, I think that's probably that musk note in the base. But the white chocolate in here is just really beautifully blended with that peppermint note. And again, this is not as peppermint forward as, say, their peppermint and cocoa fragrance, which you guys know I really like that one. If you caught my haul video over the weekend, you guys know that I purchased 2 country candles that had actually 3 that had pretty strong peppermint notes, like dominating them. And I'm going to tell you guys that this fragrance complements those, but it is nowhere near as peppermint heavy. So if you've ever had, like I said, peppermint and cocoa, dreaming of Christmas, candy cane lane, any of those peppermint scents, even last year's Kringle Express, if you've had any of those fragrances and they were too peppermint forward for you, this one, I'm very happy to tell you guys, is not that strong. The peppermint is very soft in this fragrance. So overall, you guys, I really like this scent quite a bit. Is it something that I feel like I need backups of? No, but like I said, I've got enough other candles in my collection right now that I feel like this candle really nicely complements. And I feel like this is also a fragrance that I would lean towards burning in the month of January. This doesn't exactly scream Christmas to me. This is definitely more of, again, like a nice after holiday type of fragrance. I don't live in an area that gets snow like this, but I imagine that this would be a nice fragrance to burn alongside, say, like peppermint and cocoa. Or even if you guys happen to have caramel sundaes, candy cane cookies, which I will have a review of that one coming up this week. This candle pairs really nicely with that one as well. So lots of good combinations. Again, this is like a soft fragrance, but I get more white chocolate in this than I do peppermint. It's just a beautifully balanced white chocolate, vanilla, and peppermint scent. Let's go ahead and talk about the performance of it. So you can see, oh, sorry, Mr. Reindeer. Um, I am at about, oh goodness, probably 2/3 of the way through on the burn on this. Nice solid flames here, nice deep wax pool. I've had this burning now for probably about an hour and a half, I would say. You can see a little bit of soot accrual there at the top. Now, sometimes this comes from my own, you know, my own laziness, I will say. Kringle candles more than any other brand because of their 100% soy wax formula, because that wax is so clean burning. I do oftentimes let them burn longer than the recommended, what is it, like 3 to 4 hour burn time. Sometimes I can really let them go. However, if the wicks get a little bit too long, they can start to emit a little bit of soot. For me personally, you guys, I didn't do it before this review, but I can always just take like a wet wipe and wipe out the rim, and that seems to solve it. But as you can see, like when I turn this right here, there are no like big puffs of soot or anything coming off of the vessels. And one of the things that I do find with a lot of Kringle candles is that as I get lower down in the vessel, sometimes I do see more soot start to accrue. I do think that that is probably a design of these large tumblers. Strength and throw on this candle, I am going to say that this is probably around like a 6. It's around a medium in terms of strength and throw. If you're planning to burn this 2-wick in a closed concept space, like a smaller room or a smaller kitchen, I think that you're going to be okay with that. I can definitely smell it when I am burning it in my bedrooms. Again, I like to do it as a complimentary scent to peppermint and hot cocoa, or peppermint and cocoa, because that one's a pretty strong fragrance. Um, but I would say that if you want this 2-wick in a large open concept, the fragrance might get a little bit lost. So if you've already tried this fragrance, or you've gotten it, you've picked it up in a daylight or a wax melt and you really like it and you're wanting to burn it in a larger space, I would probably look at purchasing this in the 4-wick format. We have seen Kringle put their 4-wicks sometimes at like 30% off, which brings that price from $45 down to like 31, somewhere around there. So I would say if you like this fragrance, or if this one sounds like something up your alley, but you're wanting to burn it in a bigger room, definitely go for the 4-wick. But overall, you guys, I'm gonna give like a thumb and 3/4 up on this fragrance. I like it. It's not an absolute love, need to repurchase it, but it is also a fragrance that I will tell you guys, if I were to see this, like say if it were to like go on clearance, just like I was talking about in my Kringle haul over the weekend, there's some fragrances that like I've tried in the past and I've liked them, but I didn't really feel the need to like buy backups of it. But then like when the fragrance was getting clearanced out, or it was going to be going away, and they put it on like a super, super deep discount, then I went ahead and repurchased it. That's kind of how I feel about this candle. I feel like if it went like 60, 75% off at one point, I would probably purchase it. Although I'm not calling for them to do that, because I do think that a lot of people will really like this fragrance. Again, nice white chocolate. That's what I get more so than peppermint. So anyways, you guys, let me know in the comment section down below if you have this one in your collection. What candles do you like burning it with? How is the performance in your space? I do have an affiliate discount code with Kringle. It is Katie15. It will save you 15% off of your full price items in your cart or your route protection. That is eligible for a commission, so please be aware of that and only use it if you're comfortable doing so. And it looks like, you guys, this will wrap up all of the holiday 2025 candles for me to review. I did end up doing post-burn reviews on 5 of the 6 candles. I did not care for Vintage Christmas, and so I did go ahead and pass that along. I believe I gave that to Amy over at Beloved Fragrance Finds, because I know that she likes that scent, but it just wasn't for me, so I went ahead and passed it along to somebody else. So anyways, you guys, please hit the thumbs up button if you found this review helpful. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.